everybody, welcome to another art supply haul. I'm really excited about this because this one has some art supplies that I'm new to. We have sketchbooks, new mediums, oil pastels, watercolors, and different types of art supplies that I have recently bought. Okay, so let's get started going through this one by one. And we will start with the favorite art supply here. They are the Sennelier Grande oil pastels. Now I have the full set of Sennelier oil pastels. I have put it right over here next to this. This has 120 unique colors. I took this out just to show you the size difference between these two pastels. You can see that there's a significant difference between the two pastels. The regular sized one is quite small compared to this. And this Sennelier jumbo pastel, they are about, I think, $11 to $12 each. Sorry, I think it's about $12 to $15. So it's really expensive. I'm a huge fan of Sennelier oil pastels. You can see that I'm running out of the whites in this set, so I thought I should buy a single pastel with a lot of more pigment so that will last me a longer time. So that's why I want to buy some pigments here in this jumbo size. Also, these grande oil pastels come in a wooden box set of 36 colors. That's what you see up on the screen right now. The price on Amazon.com is $400, and that's super expensive. Now, the biggest use of these pastels is that they can cover a large area of the paper fast. But because their tips are larger than the regular sized oil pastel, it's also very difficult to do some detailed work with these pastels. A better way of using these would be to scrape off some pigment from the pastel onto a palette and then put some solvent in it, and then you will get something like an oil paint, which you can then use your brush to paint with. Unfortunately, I haven't had the time to do a proper artwork with this, and I'm so looking forward to that as soon as I get some time. Alright, so moving on to the next one. I think I have the Caran neocolor. These are water-soluble pastels. This is a 10 color set and it is $18, which means that one pastel is about $8, which I think is in the expensive side because this pastel is fairly small. That's why I bought a small set first, just to see how these pastels perform before committing to buying a bigger set. Just like Sennelier, Caran has a very good reputation in the market as a good quality art supply brand. Anyway, I haven't really done any artwork with this, just like the previous oil pastels I showed you. I didn't have time to try them out much, but I have tested out the colors and I have to say that I'm super impressed by the quality of these colors. The colors are super vibrant, really opaque, just beautiful, thick, rich colors. So they are as good as advertised. You can see that they create a thick layer of beautiful, vibrant, vivid colors. And their biggest set is, I think, 150 colors. Anyhow, I think there are different ways where you can use these pastels. First of all, it's water soluble, so you can put some pigment on the paper and then use a water brush, or you can dip the pastel straight into water and then paint with the pastel like a marker. Or you can even use it straight on the blank paper like a normal crayon. But I think my most favorite way of using these pastels is to add the final details to a dried watercolor or acrylic painting. So this is a dried watercolor painting and I will want to put some fine little details here and there or add more colors. Also, I feel like these pastels are best for sketchbooks and journaling kind of work rather than a huge artwork. Okay, next up, I have a medium that I'm completely new to, and that would be gouache paint. This is the first time I bought a gouache paint set. I really didn't have time to play around with these paints that much, and also I have a bit of a problem with the set. Take a closer look at some of these. You can see that it has developed mold. There's some white substance on the paints of some of these colors. The first time I opened the wrappings, these colors were very creamy and consistent. When one day I tried to use them, they were all really dried, so I had to reactivate them with water. And then after painting, I closed the lid and kept it away for a couple of days. When I reopened, it had this mold. To prevent the mold from developing, so you have to spray this product and remove mold, spray this product over your paint. Even then I've noticed that after a couple of weeks you still get a slight development of the mold. Anyway, I have used gouache paints a couple of times and I really like gouache as a medium. They are quite like acrylics, but gouache paints can be reactivated even after they dry. All these paintings were done using gouache. The colors are also very opaque, very thick, creamy, opaque colors, vivid, vibrant colors. And also it's really easy to layer them, create nice effects. So I'm a real big fan of gouache paints. And I actually intend to use the rest of the set to complete the rest of the sketchbook. And now that I'm showing you sketchbooks, my next art supply that I want to show you is these two sketchbooks. They are called US Art Supply, which I think is the brand, 230 GSM. It's 8.5 by 8.5 inches. I like this square shape, by the way. I was particularly looking for square shaped sketchbooks of this size. There are other square shaped sketchbooks out there, but most of them are smaller than this one. This is a little on the bigger side. And each one of these has 76 pages. They are cold pressed. You can see that there's some tooth on the paper, which I'm not a big fan of cold pressed paper. It has a hard cover, hard fabric cover. The binding is perfect binding. It's very sturdy. I've used gouache paints and with a lot of water on these pages, and you can see that there's a bit of warping on the other side of the page, but overall I think it handled water really well. I have seen artists use both sides of the page with this sketchbook. So if you don't use a lot of water and you use a lighter medium like watercolors, then probably you can make use of both sides of the page. So overall, I think this is a really good purchase that I made last year and I'm really happy with it. And I think both of these were about $26, which means one sketchbook is about $13, which I think is a really good price tag for a sketchbook of this size. Alright, let's move on to the next one we have, which is these fan watercolor sets. Each one has 42 colors, and I like these because these are foldable. So they don't take a lot of space when you're storing. They are very portable. You get these two white plates for color mixing, and this one here, sponge, is to clean your brush. And also this set comes with two water brushes, I think, which is surprising. And this is not the first time I'm using these watercolors. I have had a set just like this previously. I think the color quality is outstanding. I like almost all the colors in here. They are vivid, vibrant colors, and you can also mix them up with other colors and create more new colors. It's surprisingly a really good watercolor set. One downside of this is if you fold these arms, when the paint is wet, the two plates will stick to each other, and the next time you are trying to open them, they can peel the paint off. You have to make sure the paints are completely dry before you fold these arms. And I've seen this product being available under different brand names in different websites and stores. Well, my guess is that one or two manufacturers are really making these watercolors, and then they are releasing them under different brand names. Curious, isn't it? Anyway, let's move on. Now, next up, I have another watercolor set, and this one is probably the first professional grade watercolor set that I'm using. I have to say, Daniel Smith came up as one of the top 3 brands in almost all the places that I researched about. Daniel Smith is in the top 3 list, so naturally it's very expensive. This one has just 6 colors, and each color is just about 5 milliliters. They are really small tubes, but this set cost me $42. This one has the essential colors, and I can mix these 6 colors to create new colors. Mind you, this is the first time I'm using a proper professional grade watercolor. All of the other watercolor sets that I have are student grade watercolors. There is obviously a significant difference between this and the student grade colors that I've used so far. But the biggest difference I think that I saw in these colors is that they are very smooth and very consistent. You can see that when you start applying the color and you drag the brush, the color consistency remains the same. I think it comes with the quality of the pigment and the quality of the paint. So it's amazing to see how the color flows on the paper. There are no glitches, no inconsistencies. You can see just how vivid and vibrant these colors are. And I really want to buy more colors from this brand. Daniel Smith provides a whole range of different colors. I think they have about 300 unique colors, and they do offer a color chart on their website, and pick 18, maybe 18 more colors to create a 30 color palette, which is why I bought this color palette. It's an empty palette where you are supposed to add your own colors. I'm going to use this for Daniel Smith's only, and I already have 6 colors, so I'm going to fill these 6 wells using these tubes, and then I'll be buying about 18 more, as I said before. One thing I don't like about this, of course it's really nice, but I also feel that set is a bit cumbersome. When you move it around, it gives a clanky sound because the inside parts are moving. So I feel like it's not very sturdy and very well manufactured. Anyway, this entire palette is reserved for Daniel Smith watercolors. Next up, I have these 3 small sketchbooks. I have bought quite a lot of sketchbooks in 2024. That was a time when I was actually obsessed with sketchbooks. And I'm actually planning to do a separate video just to show you all the sketchbooks that I currently have. So stay tuned for that one, which will come up in the future. For now, I think I bought these 3 also just because. Alright, this is the first one, and I thought this one was really cute. It has a beautiful cover, and it's a hard cover, but I think this one is leather. They offer a range of beautiful colors. They also have red, green, blue, pink. I really want to buy one from each color, at least for the first 3 to 4 colors that I really like. And these are inexpensive, so it's about $8 each, and you get a lot of pages inside. It's 140 GSM, so it's not very heavy paper. It's not made for watercolors. I think they are sketchbooks, so they are made for pencil sketches. Just a regular sketchbook, but really nice to have. The other one is also similar. It's called the Handbook Journal. I think this one is quite popular if I'm not mistaken. 130 GSM, 128 pages and it's about $12. A little bit more expensive than previous one, but this one has more pages and it's a slightly heavier paper, and even when you feel the paper, it feels a little bit more sturdier than the previous, a little bit thicker, and I think it's once again, yeah, it looks hot pressed. Actually, one side looks hot pressed, other side looks cold pressed. Once again, this series comes with different hardcovers and different colors. This is kind of the prettiest one that I saw at the time. It's green. I like this green. It looks a bit like sap green, don't you think? It's a nice color. And they do have other colors, and just as before, I plan to collect maybe 3 or 4 more colors from this sketchbook. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Unlike the previous 2 sketchbooks that you saw, this one has really good quality watercolor paper. It's actually 300 GSM, so the paper quality is really good. It has 45 pages and it's naturally more expensive than the previous 2. This one is $25, so it's a bit more expensive. I generally like fabric covers, fabric hard covers on my sketchbooks, but this one has a leather cover. And it also has this little pocket at the back. And there's a loop. I think this is to hold your pen, a drawing pen or any other kind of drawing utensil. And as I said before, this is certainly better quality, heavier paper. I can feel it. It feels thick and heavy and sturdy. And this sketchbook has a lot of good reviews. I actually read the reviews before buying it. Alright, let's move on to the last item that I have in my haul, which is Strathmore 400 series soft cover art sketchbook. Now this is tanned paper. I think I specifically bought this for the tanned paper. Although this paper is really thin, 118 GSM, it has 112 pages. I guess it's not meant for watercolors. I'm yet to try it out though. You can see that the paper is very smooth. Now, if it's meant for colored pencils or pastels, it should typically have some tooth. And I also wish I got the hardcover sketchbook. So anyway, but this one is a lot less pricier than the hardcovers. I'm excited about this one because this tone tan paper is new to me and I have been eyeing this for a while and I really wanted to buy. Different brands have the same product and I think Strathmore is something that comes with a lower price tag. Okay guys, this is the last item on my art supply haul today. There's a couple of other art supplies that I have recently bought that will be in another art supply haul, so please stay tuned to my channel. There will be more art supply hauls coming up in the future. And thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already, and I'll see you next time with more art videos. Bye bye.